Good morning and welcome back to Sunday Morning with Big Rooster. I'm your host, Big Rooster. I have a channel disclosure notice. This is not for kids. 420 and F word friendly channel. If you're not 420 friendly or when the F word pops out, you're offended, do not watch our content. Wouldn't you like to be in the rooster's yard? If you do subscribe to my yard, welcome back. If you don't subscribe, think about subscribing today. Subscriptions are free and nothing to download. Just click the button and give it a thumbs up. It's showtime, people. Cock-a-doodle, fucking do. It's time to wake and bake and smell the coffee. In my yard on Big Rooster's Corner, we have trending news and lots of other topics with just common sense thinking. This is episode 13, 5/2/2021. My shout-outs go to the veterans in the active military. As an honorably discharged veteran, I know all that they do. The 505 for being a great place to live, and to my viewers and subscribers. All right. I did have my second COVID shot a little over, about almost 2 weeks ago now, and it caused an ear infection to freaking ramp up again. I just got over it again, so it's really sucked. I don't know if it's the shot or just my ear playing fucking games. But anyway, I got this vlog together so I can do it today. So let's get into today's vlog. Last week in the news, maybe you've heard this stuff already, maybe it's new, maybe it's not. However, here we go. It's a little chilly this morning, but it's going to warm up into the 80s. It's beautiful in the morning. We are now, the last couple of nights, sleeping with the windows open. The weather is getting awesome. Anyway, Rooster's top topics. Iranian boats close in on the Coast Guard cutter. Rethink the poor decision when the U.S. Navy ships opened fire. Yes, I would rethink that decision myself. U.S. troops withdrawal from Afghanistan has begun, officials say. Well, it's about goddamn time. It's been 20 fucking years, you know. And we still haven't changed that much over there. They still fight. They still have everything going on. So, like I always say, if they've been doing this since before Christ, there's nothing we're going to do in 20, 30, 40, or 100 years to make that better. And the U.S. won't allow anyone to purchase of Glock 18s. Well, I don't think the regular public should have something like that anyway. Single shot firearm, maybe 6-7 shells or something in a clip. You don't need any more than that. And if you do, then don't own a gun. And the Biden administration has flown 7,200 illegal aliens into the U.S. without requiring ID or a negative COVID test. Wow, that's crazy. So, they're allowed to come in here without anything. It's way to go there, Bambi. Just infect us all with these fucking mutants. And the Navy SEAL that killed bin Laden says there will never be closure. I understand that. I have had to do some things in the military that I still think about today. So when your government asks you to do something, you don't always forget it. And they don't care about that. Anyway, sorry to hear that. I know the things some of the things that man's probably thinking. It's not, it's not good when your country asks you to do shit like that. It really isn't. It just really fucks you up for the rest of your life. Trust me, I'm there too. And prosecutors seek tougher sentence for Derek Chauvin and Floyd's death. Yes, I think that he needs to be tried, something. Fed a shot of something where he won't wake up or something, because these cops are out of hand. Now, there are a lot of good cops. Not saying there isn't. It's like everything else. You got good employees, bad employees. It's no different when you hire cops. They're employees of the public. So you have good ones and bad ones. And the bad ones that make those choices, well, if you or I did it and we weren't cops, we would probably face the death penalty, or at least the rest of our life in prison. Probably death penalty anymore. So I think that cop or not, he needs to suffer the same thing, you know. Anyway, the feds raid Giuliani's apartment and a criminal probe. I bet that was interesting. And in local news, after more than a year, ABQ shuttered businesses can reopen under new guidelines. And Outpost Ice Arena in Albuquerque set to open after over a year. That's good. Start getting things open back up a little bit. I still think we need to wear our masks in public. Not outside anymore, or, in your own home or around people that are already vaccinated. I think you're pretty good for that. But I do think, because you don't know everybody in public, you still need to wear it in public until we get this a lot higher on the immunization rate. So, let's see. An ABQ investment broker was indicted for mail and wire fraud and money laundering. And Albuquerque Century Rio 24-plex and XD movie theater to reopen yesterday. I hope it went well. It said on Saturday. I typed this up on Friday and some of it yesterday. So I hope it went well. And the governor says it's time to get unemployed people back to work. She indicated policies would be unveiled next week in an attempt to get the people to go back to work. Well, the only thing I can unveil is say, take that goddamn check away. Give them their straight unemployment. Take all that extra money away. And they'll go back to work. And let's see. APD is looking to put in a substation in an area of building and says it shouldn't hinder the residents, but help the people. What about the drug dealers, the thieves, and the drunks? It's going to hinder their operations. Come on now. You can't do that. Oh, well, they will have to move on and infect another area, I guess. Or, hey, here's a concept. Stop the behavior and get a fucking job. There you go. There's an idea. There's a lot of people hiring because these people with all this money aren't going back to work. So why don't these people get off their ass, get off the street, and go back to work? They hang out in front of the place that says job. Why don't they go inside and work and make money? I don't get it. And bars can reopen outdoors under green level. Some remain closed due to not enough customers allowed in. Well, that's still a problem, Just open up the outside dining. You might not make any money, but making some money and keeping your business relevant, I would think would be worth losing a few bucks to open for maybe a month or two. I've done shit in business where I've lost money for a little bit only to make more money later. So it's not a unheard concept. And wrong way driver in a fatal I-25 accident was an off-duty 5-0 officer. All right, moving along to national news. Tennessee schools not allowed to offer both in-person and remote learning. If they want to do virtual learning, they will have to register for that option. And a lawmaker in Nels from Texas slammed Harris for new border excuse. He said it's not COVID, and you know it. No, it's not COVID. It's not only COVID. It's just Bambi went in there and fucked up the immigration laws that we were starting to get a handle on this situation. Finally. And then he went in there and just annihilated all the progress that we have made. And 8 indicated in Bowling Green State University and sophomore's alleged hazing death. Yeah, it's about time they step up doing that crazy crap. I mean, you want to prank somebody. You shouldn't haze them like that. And North Carolina sheriff reports 2 5-0 killed suspect and 2 others were dead. In California, a man set deadly wildfire to cover up a murder, 5-0 says. Well, I guess you're going to try and cover it up. That's probably one of the better options to try to cover it up. Just burn the fuck out of it. And multiple people shot in a Wisconsin casino near Green Bay. And the suspect is now in custody. Still waiting on to find out who his name is and why. And a girl breaks both legs after jumping out of a high-rise to escape a fire in the Bronx. And 2 people shot while dining at famed Luger Steakhouse in Brooklyn. And Josh Dugan arrested in Arkansas by the feds. All right. New York seems to be going a little bizarre these days. And world and international news. Brazil's COVID-19 death toll tops 400,000. And on Jerusalem's Hamas rejects the idea of postponing the elections. And Israel minister warns warplanes can reach Iran as the country negotiates a nuke deal with world powers. And the Indian infections topped 18 million the other day as gravediggers work around the clock. I just seen it this morning. It's horrible. The U.S. says that they're going to send some CDC people over there to try to get a handle on it. Well, they need to, because this virus is going to cause genocide. It's going to wipe all those people out. They don't have the things that we have in our country. So I think that if we're going to help somebody, those are the type of people to help, not these ragheads that wear these turbans. And suicide truck bomb kills 21 people in Afghanistan. See? Comment I just made. Well, right there it is. A suicide truck bomb in Afghanistan kills 21 fucking people. Are you kidding me? They don't care about life. So we need to keep those people at bay. We need to get our troops home and keep them over and keep those ragheads over there. Anyway, politics. Catholic bishops may press Bambi to stop taking communion, rather. And Grump calls probe into Giuliani's FBI problem very unfair. Well, Grump, you think everything's unfair. U.S. pushes ahead with nuke plans despite watchdog concerns, and Bambi says mandatory COVID vaccine for military is a tough call. Well, I don't see why it's a tough call. You're making everybody else get it. Well, not really making, but it's highly suggested that everybody get the COVID vaccine. I would think, since most things are mandatory in the military, they have their mandatory procedures, your SOP, standing operating procedure, that you would make this vaccine mandatory because, it's a government entity. You're around thousands of people. And, it's like going to school when you go to the military. There's hundreds and thousands of kids, and when you go in the military, there's hundreds of thousands of people. You're all in a base in a tight-knit community. And when you're in your prospective jobs, tanks, trucks, whatever it is, you're in tight quarters with more than one other person. So, hygiene is very important in those situations. I know when I went in the military, I had to take all my immunizations. When I went overseas, I got inoculated again. And when I came home, I got inoculated again. I felt like a fucking pincushion. So let's get this shit together. Get everybody vaccinated. Get this shit going. And post opinion is Bambi supersized government threatens the economy. Of course it does. Too much government. You got to pay for all that. And you got to, they want you to pay this and pay that, pay them. And when you get too much government, it takes too much money out of the kitty for all the people that everybody's throwing into. You got to have a balance of government and people. And really in the beginning, the government was the people. Now the government's the government and the people's the people. Totally divided. No longer the same. In business and tech, Elon Musk teases Jeff Bezos, saying that he can't get it up in the battle over space contract. This is funny coming from someone who has to take more than one attempt to stick the landing. I guess this means just because you can get it up doesn't mean you're going to stick the landing. Bambi administration to announce plan to ban menthol cigarettes, reports the Washington Post. And in science and tech, Mars helicopter misses takeoff for the fourth flight on the Red Planet. And astronaut Collins of the Apollo 11 pilot passes of cancer at 90 years of age. SpaceX capsule departs ISS with 4 astronauts and heads home. This will be the first night splash down since Apollo 8 in 1968. It came splashing down just off of the Panama coast last night, and it was a success. Health and wellness. Skipping the second COVID shot could prolong pandemic. Researchers warn us. Need to listen to that. And health experts explain fully vaccinated Americans can enjoy more freedoms now. I was talking about that earlier. And U.S. about to run out of the eager adults to get the COVID vaccine shot. Yes. Well, we need to keep after them. I mean, that's all I can say. I was hesitant at first, but once I figured out that most, the vaccine, even with the Johnson & Johnson one-day thing, the cases are very, very minimal as opposed to the amount of shots gave out. And I kind of think maybe the vaccine's kind of like if you got the COVID, if you have an underlying health condition, you're going to kind of have maybe an adverse reaction or something, So I personally think that at the end of the day, it's worth the shot to try it. No pun intended. Entertainment news, the Oscars were just as bad as the Grammys. Yet another 3 hours of my life last weekend that I can't get back. They were so bad I had to mute them after about 20 minutes. And muting them made it much better to watch. I sat here and worked on my other vlog, Build Your Own House, while that nonsense was going on, so my evening became productive. And I lost 3 hours of television on Sunday night. Anyway, 5 arrests in a violent robbery of Lady Gaga's dogs. That's good. Seinfeld felt so at home reopening at Gotham Comedy Club. Cool club. Been there. China's actions show its climate pledges are meaningless. Why are we even still fucking with that climate bullshit in China? I don't get it. Lopez and Affleck hang out after Rodriguez splits, I read last night on the internet. And social media news. Rare Bentley, once owned by Queen Elizabeth, is selling for $250,000. It's not too bad for a Bentley, I guess. Trending news, Lady Gaga's alleged dog nappers were busted with, and the charges for attempted murder and robbery are coming, they say. I know they arrested him, but then in the trending news online that I seen yesterday, that attempted murder and robbery charges were coming. So in sports, local news, not too much. I didn't see much on that. And in baseball, Francisco Lindor can't escape boos from fed up Mets fans. I think he needs to pack his duffel bag and move on. In the NFL, Jets make it official and select Zach Wilson with a number 2 pick in the draft. So maybe they have somebody who can throw a football. Now all they need is receivers and linemen and defensive people. And maybe new coaching staff. Maybe they won't be so worthless. NBA, I didn't read too much on that. College hoops are over at this point. And hockey, Rangers facing massive decision when Islanders suddenly within striking distance of a championship. And horse racing, Kentucky Derby 2021, Medina Spirit wins the race. All right, one of my favorite segments of the vlog. Let's bring up the nation's IQ today with word genius of today. Ochre, Part of the speech, it's a noun. Its origin is Middle English from the 1350s. Definition is a pale brownish yellow color, and in a sentence, all of Mary's enamel pots are the same color to match her kitchen. Okay, I feel smarter. How about you? Anyway, Florida dumb criminals, they don't have any new ones posted. I guess they're trying to keep them to themselves down that way. And you just can't make that shit up that they do over there. So here's your slogan once again, Florida. I keep trying to get tourists down your way. It says, visit the no sunshine state. We are the armpit of America. Check us out on the map. We even look like one. And advice to all, we need to build a big wall, big and tall, across the Florida state line to keep those mutants from infecting us all. All right. Florida is one big embarrassment of America. One last thing. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Yahoo at big_rooster_420. My other vlogs include 420 News and Big Rooster's Corner and Build Your Own House, mortgage free, from plans to build with everything in between. Little side note on that, the next Build Your Own House vlog, we are covering the foundation process and the takeoff of materials. Big Rooster book reviews. I preview books that I wrote, and I read a few chapters of the books to get you interested. And the book that's on Amazon right now is Marshall of South Fork, J. Quick Draw. It is book 1 in a series. I'm writing book 2 now. 3/4 of the way done. I hope to release it over this summer, but I have been working on another book as well, which hopefully by the end of summer, this one will come out. It's going to be interesting. And that book is going to be called Snuff, the Rooster, the Witch Hunt. So look for it around August, September of this year. So until next time, just remember we're working hard to bring you trending news and more with common sense thinking. So once again, if you like this content, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Big Rooster's Corner. Subscriptions are free. Nothing to download, just click the subscribe button. And that will do it for today's episodes. Until next time, smoke medical marijuana for your mental health. The mind you save could be your own. Stay safe and don't trust our government. It's all good in Rooster's yard. Thank you for viewing my vlog today. And you will see me on the next vlog. What are we doing here, America? Get fucking real. This is Big Rooster, and I'm out.